I mean, yeah, that's a good comparison, Colorado and Radford. I want to say that Radford actually probably has more military than Colorado, but you know, it brings its challenges. But then one year you never know, you might get in that transfer that has all this basketball experience, but then at the same time, that next year you might lose, you know, a player that you invested into. So there's its pros and cons. I think one thing that definitely it's just the when I sit back and I think about like the Kahukus with the Latoya Rileys, who's able to build a very successful program, which Radford and Colorado has been very successful in the past. But it really, it helps to have a group of kids that grow up together and they play in the parks together. There's a sense of buy-in and pride that you have with each other. And I know these days loyalty is not, it seems so hard to find, but if you get that, like Latoya is doing a great job over at Kahuku, where you keep them in your system, you get them when they're young and you build them all the way up. There's that sense of like, I got your back. And not that Radford didn't have that, but it's definitely a piece that is ingrained from a very young age. And these kids unfortunately don't get that because their parents are military and they're transferring in and out of places. So I think that definitely in that aspect, it hurts schools like Colorado and Radford. My heart goes out to, you know, the student athletes that don't have high school sports now. I know sports is what kept me in school. Sports is what provided me a lot of opportunities that I have till this day. You know, and I try to put myself in their shoes, and I'll never know what they're going through. But I do know that when tough times happen, it really challenges you as, you know, an athlete on how you're going to respond to it. So I guess if I had to leave any message for a student athlete is continue to do the little things, continue to show up, and continue to, even though, you know, you don't have the competition to play in or the game to play your opponent in, there are things you can still do. Whether it's the fundamentals of going to the park, because parks are open now, whether you're going to the park and working on your game. But really this challenges your intrinsic motivation, and, you know, stay with it, keep your head up, show up every day, do the little things, and know that when you are working hard, that someone else is working harder.